I want to pick up right where we left off. Last time we talked about the deal. You give a company your time, they give you a check. Sounds simple enough, right? But here's where it gets interesting. The second you try to actually spend that check just to get by, just to function out here in the world, you start to notice something. Everything costs more. Not a little more, a lot more. And you're not getting more in return. You're just paying premium prices to exist. Think about it. You're paying top-tier luxury prices at the pump, at the hardware store, and even at the grocery store. But you aren't getting a premium product in return. Half the time the product is sold out or just discontinued inconveniently. It's the exact same gallon of gas, the exact same 2x4, and that box of cereal somehow gets a little smaller and a little lighter every single year. So if the product hasn't gotten any better, where is all the extra value going? The hard truth is, it's going straight up through the roof. It's funding record profits and bigger bonuses for the people at the top. And the system does this to us in two very specific ways. The first is the grocery store squeeze. You feel it every week. You walk down the aisle and the price is the same or maybe a couple dollars higher, but the box is lighter, the bottle is smaller, or maybe it just has a new look or an organic title, so they can classify it as healthy and charge more. They don't want you to notice that you're paying a premium just to get a few calories less than you did 5 years ago. It's a silent pay cut, taken right out of your pantry and livelihood. You basically have to learn to do without, just to be able to save some money. The second way is the hardware squeeze. Think about the things we buy for our homes. Our parents and grandparents bought appliances and tools that lasted for decades. Their houses and yards weren't littered with a broken piece of this or a spare part from that. Now, a washing machine is engineered with cheap plastic parts designed to fail in a couple of years. They don't want to sell you one good tool. They want to sell you 5 cheap ones over your lifetime. We are living in a disposable society. And how is that efficient? It's called planned obsolescence, and it's intentional. It keeps you in a trap, anticipating a newer model instead of being content with what you already have that works. In all actuality, it's just a tax on your survival. And think about all the waste from those breakdowns. There's no way it can be good for the environment. And why do all this? Because it keeps you on a merry-go-round that isn't so merry. It keeps you too tired to muster the energy and focus to ask yourself those hard questions, or by doing the internal shadow work. If food was affordable, and if your truck or refrigerator lasted 30 years, you wouldn't be desperate. You wouldn't have to say yes to that mandatory overtime. You might actually have the financial breathing room to step back and just exist. Keeping the cost of living artificially high is exactly how the system keeps you clocking in. So why does the system squeeze us like this? The hard truth of it is just greed. And I'd hope we all know what the shadow of greed is. Attachment leading to jealousy, as Master Yoda so well described it in Star Wars. But here's an angle I want to add to this piece of the puzzle. I've got this analogy I've formulated. What is the point of having a whole island to yourself without anyone to share it with? Or what can you truly do with all the money in the world if there's no one left to buy from? That is what these corporations and people at the top are building. They extract all the value, they're hoarding all the resources, and leave the rest of us fighting over the scraps. But if you take everything for yourself, you are entirely alone. Yeah, you won the game, but your island is deserted. Where is the profit in selling your soul to gain the world? And what good is building a castle if there's no one inside it with you or near you to help mitigate the challenges of life? We all know the saying that 2 heads are better than 1, but that only works if you haven't pushed everyone else away. I want to know what you think. Do you feel the squeeze at the grocery store, or are you seeing it in the things and products you buy that fall apart? Drop it in the comments. We are all trying to survive on the same island together. So let's talk about it. If this resonated, hit like and subscribe and come back for the next one. Life, just live it.